Welcome to today's lecture under the use of English series for Jamb UTMA, episode 24. And our topic for today is lay and lie, an irregular form. Do not forget to enable full screen view in your device by tapping on the icon located around this place that I'm hovering my mouse to enjoy the maximum viewers experience. Do not also forget to make notes as you take this lecture because the notes you made yourself is easier for you to understand when you are having subsequent revision. Without wasting much of our time, let's head straight into the lecture outline. Lecture outline: the various forms of lie and lay, principles of using lie and lay in a sentence, practice exercises from WAEC and Jamb/answers. Quick recap of this lecture. You will learn the above in this lecture and I wish you good luck. Lay and lie. Lay and lie are difficult irregular verbs. Therefore, learning to know them by heart is a must. Lay and lie are two difficult irregular verbs and they are different. Learning to know them by heart is a must for you to come out good in your exam. Do not forget to take my lecture on irregular verb. If you haven't done that, tap on the link in the description to head straight to the series and take my lecture on irregular verb. Lie has two meanings. This word, the verb lie, has two meanings. Let's look at the meanings it has, or as a word, generally speaking, the two meanings of lie. Number one, to make a false statement. To make a false statement, that's something that is not true, something that is not real. That's lie or lying. Lie. Lie. One of the meanings of lie. For example, now I am lying to you. I am making a false statement to you. Every day I lied to you. Yesterday I lied to you. Already I have lied to you. Then the second meaning of that word, lie, is to stretch oneself somewhere. To stretch oneself somewhere or to stretch something. To stretch oneself. We are talking about a person. This one is for a person. To stretch oneself somewhere. Human being, you are stretching a human being somewhere, or a human being is stretching him or herself somewhere. For example, now I am lying on the floor. That's correct. A human being is stretching him or herself somewhere. Every day I lie on the floor. Correct. Every day a human being is stretching him or herself on the floor. Yesterday I lay on the floor. Yesterday, this is the past tense now of the lie. Okay, so lay on the floor as a past tense of lie. Because this lay you are seeing here also has another meaning. Okay. Already I have lain on the floor. This is the past participle of lie. This means that already a human has stretched him or herself on the floor. Lay also has two meanings. Number one, to place something somewhere. To place something somewhere. Remember, I just said not quite long ago that lie is peculiar to human. Is a human that you are stretching somewhere. But for lay, this particular meaning of lay, it means to place something somewhere. Something, not a human. Something, not a human, not a person. For example, now we are laying a man to rest. This one, laying to rest, it doesn't go with this because this is an idiomatic expression, okay? Way beyond normal reasoning or normal understanding. So it's an idiomatic expression. So this means placing a man in a grave. But lay is usually used for something. This other meaning of lay, other form of lay, is used for something. Okay, every day we lay a man to rest. Okay, laying to rest is an idiomatic expression, laying to rest. Yesterday we laid a man to rest, an idiomatic expression too. Already we have laid a man to rest. So these are past tense, present tense, past tense, and past participle of laying to rest, using it as an idiomatic expression here. The second meaning of lay again here is to bring out eggs as birds do. Okay, bringing out eggs as birds do. For example, now the hens are laying eggs. We commonly eat egg as humans. We commonly eat egg. It's one of our essential source of protein. Okay, so we commonly eat egg. So bird lays egg. So every day they lay eggs. Yesterday they laid eggs. Already they have laid eggs. So the present tense, the past tense, and the past participle of lay, meaning the meaning of this lay here in this context is bringing out eggs as birds do. Note something very important. Lie, which means to stretch ourselves somewhere. That's we are talking about human now. Stretching, human is stretching him or herself somewhere. Has the most difficult form and it's very common in exam. So this should be your area of concentration because it's very common in Jamb UTMA. I think it came out in 2024 and also 2025. Also, but I'm very sure that it came out in 2024. I don't really know of 2025, but I'm very sure of 2024. So it's always very common. Okay, so its past tense is lay. So you now know that another meaning of lay now is lay also means a past tense of lie. not just placing something somewhere or bringing out egg as birds do. It's also a past tense of lie. And the past perfect tense is laid. So the past perfect tense of lay, when it's serving as a past tense, is laid. When it's serving as a past tense. But when it's serving as the process of bird bringing out eggs, the past perfect tense is laid. So you have to be very, very careful and understand the question in your exam. Okay. So when it's serving as a past tense of lie, is lay. The past perfect tense of lie is laid. Laid. But when this lay is serving as bird bringing out eggs, the past perfect tense is laid. Okay, do well to take my lecture on tenses for you to have a smoother understanding of this lecture, so as to not miss any part, so that some certain words I say in the lecture or some certain things expression I make here doesn't sound new or foreign to you. Okay, so let's compare it to lay. That's in this context, to place something somewhere. So let's compare this past tense form of lie to lay, which also means to place something somewhere. Let's see the examples next. Comparison, that's what we are doing here. We are comparing. Okay, on the left hand side of the table we have the lay, okay, which means this form, meaning to place something somewhere, while on the right hand side of the table we have lie, which means to stretch ourselves somewhere. This is more of a human. Okay, why this one is something. You could place a pen on the table. You lay a pen on the table. You lay a blanket in the bed. You place a pen on the table. You place a cloth on the chair. So on and so forth. Let's look at the first comparison here. Okay, from the left hand side of the table we have every day I lay the clothes under the tree. So like I said before, is for non-humans. Okay, for non-humans, something. You lay the clothes under the tree. But comparing it to lie, every day I lie under the tree. This one is talking about a person. I lie under the tree. But this one is talking about a thing, a cloth. Okay. Looking at the second comparison, it says, yesterday I laid the clothes under the tree. The past tense of lay in this context, to place something somewhere, is laid. It still also has the same past tense as birds when they bring out eggs. So when birds are also bringing out eggs, the past tense is laid. So same as placing something somewhere, the past tense is also laid. Okay. So looking at contrasting, that's comparing, on the right hand side of the table, it says, yesterday I lay under the tree. This is the past tense form of lie now. Can you see? This is the past form of lie. Let's continue the comparison. The third comparison here is that's for the past perfect tense. Okay, the past perfect tense for lay, placing something somewhere. Already I have laid the cloth under the tree. This is the past perfect tense of lay, meaning to what? To place something somewhere, something. Then let's look at the right hand side, what we have on the right hand side of the table. Already I have laid under the tree. This is the past perfect tense of lie. The past perfect tense of lie. Laying. The same thing I explained earlier. So have it in mind that when the context is going towards bird laying eggs, know that the past tense is laid and the past perfect tense is also laid. When it's also going to the context of laying something somewhere or to place something somewhere, this lay, the past tense is laid and the past perfect tense is also laid. But when is serving as a past tense to lie, to this word, this verb lie, lay is the past tense and the past perfect tense is laying. Note, lay can be used idiomatically, like I said before, to portray a different meaning. Some idiomatic usage of lay includes lay out, which means stretch or extend. Lay out the sheet. Okay, stretch or extend. Okay. The second one says a layout, which is a plan. Okay, that's an idiomatic expression. Okay. Lay day, which means a work-free day. Okay. You know, an idiomatic expression is an expression that is way beyond normal understanding. You can't read and understand the meaning. The meaning is way beyond reading and understanding it using a normal grammatical view. The next we have here is lay a trap, which means set a trap. Another one we also have is laying the dead to rest, or lay to rest, which means to bury the dead. Do not forget to take my lecture on idiomatic expression. If you haven't done that, tap on the link in the description and head straight to the series to take the lecture on idiomatic expression or idioms. More examples on lay serving as an idiomatic expression or as part of an idiomatic expression. Lay something to waste, it means to destroy or ravage it. Lay hands on, which means take possession. I will lay my hands on you. I will take possession of you. Another one, lay down your arms. Surrender, it means what? Surrender. Another one, lay down your office, it means resign. Another one, lay down rules, it means to impose laws. Another one, lay down your life. It means to give your life as a sacrifice for others, just the same way Jesus laid down his life for Christians or for humans, all humans. Okay, all humans. He laid down his life for human being. More examples. Lay off. Stop working for some time. When you are told lay off, it means you stop working for some time. Lay up in bed. It means be forced by illness to stay in bed. Layman. A person who is ignorant of the technical facts. So a person that is ignorant is layman. Lay aside, keep for future use. That's what it means. The next we have here is lay your cards on the table, make your plans known. Lay your cards on the table, make your plans known. So they all are, lay here is being used as part of an idiomatic expression. And when it's being used as part of an idiomatic expression, it doesn't follow the normal law. It doesn't follow the normal law completely. So you have to be aware of idiomatic expressions. More reasons you have to take my lecture on idiomatic expression. So with this, we have come to the end of the irregular verb lie and lay. Having done that, let's take some exercises to test the knowledge we've acquired so far. Exercises. These questions was brought from Jamb UTM in 2012/2019. The instruction says pick the most appropriate options to fill the gaps. Number 1. Since the prince lost his father, the king, every day he dashed on the floor. Since the prince lost his father, the king, every day he dashed on the floor. A. Lay. B. Sleep. C. Lie. D. Lies. What's your answer? Since the prince lost his father, the king, every day he dashed on the floor. You answered right. The correct option is D. Lies. Since the prince lost his father, the king, every day he lies on the floor. Number 2. The palm wine tapper dashed his wife belongings outside after their heated separation. A. Lie. B. Lane. C. Lay. D. Laid. What's your answer? The palm wine tapper dashed his wife's belongings outside after their heated separation. You answered right. The correct option is D. Laid. The palm wine tapper laid his wife's belongings outside after their heated separation. For these two questions, the instruction says pick the option nearest in meaning to the sentence in italic. Pick the option nearest in meaning to the sentence in italic. Number 3. The armed robbers refused to lay down after the police had dominated them. A. Refused to drop their guns. B. Refused to run. C. Refused to hold back. D. Refused to surrender. What's your answer? The armed robbers refused to lay down after the police had dominated them. You answered right. The correct option is D. Refused to surrender. The armed robber refused to surrender after the police had dominated them. Number 4. The new airline policy has been legislated, yet it has not been laid down. The new airline policy has been legislated, yet it has not been laid down. A. Has not been given. B. Has not been proven. C. Has not been written down. D. Has not been imposed. What's your answer? The new airline policy has been legislated, yet it has not been laid down. You answered right. The correct option is D. Has not been imposed. The new airline policy has been legislated, yet it has not been imposed. These are the answers. And what did you score? A quick recap of this lecture says the secret of lie and lay mastery is knowing them by heart. No two ways about it. So you have to learn it, and you have to learn both of them and be accustomed to them in order for you to easily navigate them during your exams. You can master them by practicing or including them in your daily vocabulary. You master them by practicing them or including them in your daily vocabulary. Thank you so much for taking this lecture. Hope you enjoyed the lecture and have learned one or two things that is going to be beneficial to you in your UTM in 2026. Hope you also made notes. Do not forget to subscribe and follow for more at Nkwado Augustine across all social media platforms. Stay glued to this channel for more updates and for more free repeated Jamb questions. At this point, I'm out.